Today we're talking about how do we live together as humanity and not persons. Our conversations are always centered around peaceful coexistence, and this is because tolerance is required. The conversation of humanity is not an individuality conversation, it's about the collective. So if you leave the conversation to, or if you limit the conversation to an individual, then there isn't no even a conversation, because the conversation of an individual is not worth having, because the conversation begins at the point that we say humanity. Can there be an experience when you have just a single person? Of course not. There will be no experience. While we have experience, while we are experiencing the universe, while we are experiencing the world, while we are experiencing possibilities and abundance, is because there are many people involved. So then it leaves us with the reality of us living together as one. It does means that we must find a way to coexist. Has coexistence been an issue to us over the years? History says no, we don't have any problem living together. However, there are core distractions in the history of humanity, and religion is at the forefront of this distraction. Amongst many, religion has taught so many of us that we are different. We have different history, we have different background, we come from different sources. But the evidence before us shows that we all are divine brothers and sisters who come from the same source. So while those who can afford to be religious can continue their culture, there has to be moderation. There has to be a point of return. There has to be good management. There is nothing that separates humanity like religion. In fact, there is, according to the history, there is no clear history that shows that humans were worse before religion or they were better after religion. There is nothing like that in the history. So, to attain, to experience our fullest potential, the fulfillment of our fullest potential, we must understand all that separates us. We must understand all that sets the wall between us. And we must come in terms with the idea of breaking the walls, taking off the mask, deleting every artificial wall. Humanity is all that we have got left. Humanity is who we are. We are not a bunch of people who come from different sources or different background and who just find themselves by accident and are living together. No, we all originate from the same source. And that's the beauty. That's the beauty. The beauty of humanity. That with togetherness, we have no limits. There is nothing that we can do. But when we are set apart, there is nothing that we can do. This is the irony. I'll give you the illustration of the broom. So the broom is in pieces, pieces of sticks. When they are separated, they can't sweep dirt. But when you bring them together, it becomes the broom. Then it can function. This speaks volume of what unity is. It speaks volume of our humanity. I've been trying to look at the world from the eye of possibility and the eye of impossibility. But all I've seen is that with togetherness, There is nothing that can stand in our way as humanity. I've looked through the world to see, is there anything more beautiful than humanity? There is nothing. History shows that we are creators. We are enablers of possibilities. We are enablers of unheard of innovations. But then history also shows that when we are divided, we are enablers of destructions. So these negative energies, negative vibrations, we can reroute them, we can repackage them, we can reroute our energies, we can redirect our energies towards having a constructive life, constructive experience. There is nothing out there apart from humanity. Humanity is what we call color. If you talk about color, the color to the universe is humanity. A bunch of varied, not entirely different, but unique experiences, unique beings, unique intelligences, all coming together as one, creating different experiences within the single experience. This is who we are. Have you look at the wonderful things that people are doing around the world? Those that care to use their heart. So the essence of this conversation is that we must identify all that separate us, and we must take cognizance of all that bind us together, so we can embrace that which binds us and delist or delete all that separate us. There is nothing out there that is more beautiful than humanity. As a humanist, I speak from joy, I speak from the heart, I speak from the place of fulfillment, knowing that together we rise, divided we actually experience extinction. So let's keep the fire burning, and the fire is humanity. We are made of humanity and not persons. This is my message. Logic Republic says that we are made of humanity and not persons. Collectivity over individuality. What is fundamental should remain fundamental. What is merely important should remain merely important. And humanity is not important. Humanity is fundamental. So that's why the journey needs to begin right now. Humanity over all. We are made of humanity and not persons. Thank you.